up, y'all? My name is Geri Alicea, and welcome to my channel. So listen, I am a multifaceted creator, which is basically a fancy phrase for I do a lot of stuff in a lot of different areas, right? And so let me just run down who I am and what I do a little bit. Number one, I am a graphic designer. Well, let me say this. Number one, I am a child of God. I love Jesus. That's my savior. That's my Lord. It's my best friend. You know, he's everything, right? And so first and foremost, I love Jesus. So if you are on this page, you're going to get a lot of Jesus content mixed in with a lot of other content. That's just who I am and what I'm about. The Lord has literally saved my life. So not talking about him is just not an option for me. In addition to that, I am a content coach. I am a content creator. I am a podcaster. I am a graphic designer. I am an author. I am a advocate for women dealing with infertility, miscarriage, and infant loss. I am, like I said, I'm a multifaceted creator, right? Like I do a lot of things, but I just kind of wanted to come on today and kind of say, hey girl, hey, introduce myself and just welcome you to my channel. So as a content coach and a content creator, I look at cameras a lot. I look at lights a lot. I do, all the things, and I help other women aside from myself. I help them show up in the online space with faith, with grace, with confidence, and I help them to do it God's way. Because y'all, can we be honest? There are a lot of content creators. I would even dare to say there are a lot of Christian content creators. However, even the ones that claim Christ, even the ones that say that they love Jesus, they don't always act like it. And so the Lord really just put it on my heart to teach people, especially Christian women, how to show up for him, how to do it in love, because that's kind of missing. I'm not even gonna lie, doing stuff in love has been missing from the content creation space for a very long time. I tell people all the time, Christian YouTube and Christian TikTok are the most toxic places on the internet. And I want to change that. Like, just because we're Christian don't mean we got to beat people over the head. It doesn't mean that we have to compromise our values. It doesn't mean either one of those things. We can meet in the middle. Like, there is a way to show up in love, to tell the truth in love, and still be 10 toes down for the Lord. I promise y'all, there is a way to do it. And I teach women how to do it. I teach you how to stay out in people's comments. I teach you how to stay out your own comments, because sometimes it's not even the other people's comments. It's your own comment section that be doing the most. And so that's what I do in the content coaching space. I am a podcaster. I have a podcast with my best friend, Tiffany Dillard, called Dear Christian Black Girl. And we just be letting y'all in on our everyday conversations. So we literally talk about all the things that Christian Black women should be talking about. We talk about sex and intimacy. We talk about marriage. We talk about friendships. We talk about regular Bible stuff. Like, we talk about it all. And the reason we do that is because a couple of years ago, when we started the podcast with our other friend, Takesha, I was like, man, there's something missing for Christian Black women. Like, we didn't really have a space to just be us, right? We didn't have a space to be extra. We didn't have a space to be super holy. We didn't have a space where we could pray and people not looking at us weird. We didn't have a space for like regular conversations that start off talking about burrito tacos and end up with, us on the floor praying. We didn't have a space for that. So we created a space called Dear Christian Black Girl, where that's exactly what we do. We talk about it all. And we invite y'all to talk about it all too, because guess what? As a Christian Black woman, we give you permission to talk about it all. We give you permission to show up exactly as you are. It doesn't matter if you're extra or if you're low key. Show up as you. That's what we do over there with Dear Christian Black Girl. So if you want to check us out, you can definitely go ahead and do that. I am a graphic designer with Halo Creative Services. I My clients are mostly Christians. Y'all see, it's a theme, right? It's just who I am. Now, I don't discriminate for people that are non-Christians, but it just so happens that the bulk of my client is word of mouth, and it's like the Christians are like, oh, we need somebody that's going to design this, da da da. So that's what I do. I design graphics and websites for mostly Christian entrepreneurs and creatives and that type of thing. I'm an author, which I'm super excited about. So listen, y'all, I told the Lord that I was never going to write a book again because years ago, I wrote a 21-day devotional for women dealing with infertility, and it was great. I loved writing it. It allowed me a lot of opportunities, but it took a lot out of me because that's what I've been dealing with. And so it was actually hard to write it. And so in a moment of, I guess you could say, weakness, I told the Lord, I am never doing that again. Well, you know what the word says about telling God your plans? Yeah, so he orchestrates it all. So you can tell God what you're not gonna do. I don't recommend it because I am literally having to eat my words now. And the Lord set me up, y'all. I'm not even lying. He literally set me up. An opportunity was dropped in my lap where I am now a contributing author in a new anthology called The Resilient Volume 2. Even though I told the Lord I was never writing again, here we are. I have written my chapter, and it's about waiting with purpose. It's about waiting because me and my husband have dealt with infertility, which we'll talk about next. And yeah, the Lord was like, no, I know you be encouraging people online about their journey, but I need you to actually talk about your journey. And so, yeah, y'all, your girl is a published author again. If you want to check out The Resilient 2, if you want to know more about me and my husband's journey, you can also I'll talk about it here, but I also go in detail in my chapter in The Resilient Volume 2, so you can actually go pre-order that now. Y'all, speaking of infertility, this is what I spend most of my time doing, talking about infertility, encouraging women that are dealing with infertility, encouraging them to keep going, encouraging them not to give up, to keep praying, keep fasting. Because listen, I don't know you on the other side of this screen. I don't know anything about you, but here's what I do know. Infertility will mess up your whole life, okay? It will come for your whole entire life if you let it. And for a long time, I did let it. I'm not even gonna lie. Infertility, it was kind of getting the best of me emotionally and spiritually. Like, it affected my spiritual life. It affected how I worshiped. It affected how I prayed. It affected how I showed up in my relationship with God. But y'all, it also affected my self-esteem. I felt like I wasn't worthy. I felt like I literally told my husband that he should just go be with somebody else. I know that sounds really extreme. But listen, I was in a mood that day, and I felt like I was holding him back for what he wanted. So I told the man of God to go be with somebody else and that I wouldn't even be mad. Of course, my husband, being who he is, he looked at me like I was absolutely insane. He was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. We're going to go through this together because I have an amazing husband, y'all. He is the absolute best. And I affectionately call him baby daddy. And I started doing that a couple years ago because I wanted to speak into what the Lord has showed me. So even though infertility was getting the best of me, one thing I can say is that the Lord never let me go. He never let go of my hand during this whole journey, and we're still on this journey. We have not gotten pregnant yet. We are still walking this thing out with the Lord. And so yeah, the Lord has been by my side the whole entire time. So yeah, I be helping women get through their fertility journeys emotionally and spiritually. I'm not a doctor, but I do coach women on how to walk this journey out with grace and faith. And I do that simply because I didn't have anybody to do that for me. Yeah, this journey snuck up on us. We didn't know what was happening. We knew that, we were doing all the things. I'm not going to give y'all the whole story because it is in the book. But yeah, we were doing all the things and nothing was happening. At first, we just kind of brushed it off. We was like, oh, it's okay, we're enjoying each other, we're enjoying marriage, that whole excuse. But then at some point, that excuse ran out in my mind. At some point, it was like, okay, yeah, we're enjoying marriage, but something else should be happening, and it wasn't. So that was the whole thing. And so, y'all, like I said, I am Geri Alicea. I'm so excited to be starting up this YouTube channel again. I did start it years ago, but this is a fresh start. We're going to do something new. We're going to talk about all the things that I have going on. If you just need some encouragement as a woman of faith, this is the channel for you. If you need encouragement as a woman of faith dealing with infertility, this channel is for you. If you need encouragement as a woman of faith that is getting into content creation and you want the Lord to be glorified with your content, that's the key. The Lord needs to be glorified with your content, okay? I know that a lot is going on in the world. I know that a lot of people are saying a lot of things. I know that a lot of prophecies are going out. But y'all, we have to do this to the glory of the Lord. Because if you're not doing it for God's glory, my question is, why are you doing it? Like, y'all, what are we doing? But yeah, we'll talk about that in another video. But I just wanted to come on and introduce myself. I wanted to come on and say, hey, girl, hey. This is a place where you are safe. This is a place where you will not be judged. You will not be bashed or anything like that. Because if you know me, I don't go for any of that. So I just wanted to say, hey, girl, hey, tell you a little bit about me and say welcome to my channel. All right, y'all, that's all for now. Make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel so that you can get notified whenever a new video drops. You can get notified whenever a new merch drops if we decide to do that later on down the line. But yes, I love y'all so much. I don't even know y'all, but I really do love y'all. I pray that God's best finds you on today. And yeah, let's get it. Bye.